What's going on, guys? Victor here. I'm in the beautiful Florida Keys with my good buddy, Captain Ryan of Good Karma Sport Fishing.
Hey guys.
So you guys have seen us fish with Ryan. This is our third time now. First time we came down here, absolutely crushed the wahoo. Second time we got into a good mess of bottom fish. We got muttons and groupers, and we got the beautiful Brookie, my fiance behind the camera today, waving at you guys. So let's see what we can catch. We got the chum slick going, and there's a ton of ballyhoo, yellowtails. Look at this, look at this. It's taking it. I just flatlined a pilchard, and I either have a yellowtail on or a yellowjack. Oh dude, he dropped it again. This fish right here we got on.
That's a tasty fish.
Woo! My favorite fish in the Florida Keys right here.
You get him on the jig?
No, this was on a pilchard. We just had a big school of medium-sized yellowjacks come through, and I just flatlined a pilchard and they smoked it. These guys
they followed them in.
are incredibly good to eat. And the best part about these fish, unregulated, meaning they have no size limit, and you can keep 2 fish or 100 pounds, whichever is greater. So many people mistake these fish for a Jack Crevalle, and they have no idea that this is one of the best tasting fish in the Keys by far. And you can.
That's a local favorite right there.
Oh yeah, this is a local secret right here, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a tasty fish.
And they get big. Last time we were down here with Ryan, we had like a 15-pounder in the slick. When they get that size, they'll get really smart, but these small ones are pretty spunky and aggressive.
They're still out there.
Let's try to catch some more.
Yeah.
That's
tasty right there.
your sushi grade fish, that's your grilled fish, that's your baked fish, that's everything you can imagine right there. Love these things. Little circle hook them right in the throat. When you hook them in the throat, they feel that tension and they want to swim out and down.
Oh, they're
I'm
right
just
there.
gonna flip them back into the chum slick. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, look at him.
Destroy this.
Smoking them. Oh, chasing it on top. Doing the same thing, just flatlining a pilchard way back in the chum slick. Things are finally looking up for us. Brookie just caught a beautiful mutton, and I think I got another yellowjack on, which I'm not complaining about. I would load up on these guys. 2 of our favorite eating fish is mutton snapper and yellowjacks probably. It's a mangrove, bro. Oh no, it's a trigger. Never mind. It's a trigger. It's a keeper trigger though, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's a keeper trigger fish. Or it's an ocean tally, never mind. This guy fights good. Check him out. Look at that wild looking thing. Often confused with the triggerfish, but ocean tallies, they have these much more pronounced, I don't know if that's even his dorsal or anal fin, but they have much bigger fins, and ocean tallies get much larger than triggerfish. Eat very good too. They're slightly tougher, perfect fish for ceviche. Another either triggerfish, ocean tally, or yellowjack. Yeah, it's another one of the ocean tallies, I'm pretty sure.
They fight good.
Yeah, they fight amazing. They fight real good.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, it's
another
big
jumbo.
one. It's another big one.
I think mine's bigger than. But look, he actually has a good top, what would you call that? Spine?
Trigger. He's got a big trigger. So check this out. The coolest thing about these fish, though, this is a type of triggerfish, even though it's an ocean tally. I don't care if you're the world's strongest man, you're not getting that down. Unless you do this. Watch, look. So you got a little mechanism right here that lets it go back down. So normally I would keep this guy, but since Brooke already harvested a big one, we don't need to be greedy and keep them all.
There are so many ballyhoo, it's crazy.
Oh, they got it.
Oh my goodness, there's so many.
Oh, they got it. Ready? Lock up on them. Big school of yellowjacks just came through.
Man, you see him crush that bait?
Oh,
the water's
nice
turning
one.
yellow.
Woo! Beautiful. Look at him chase them.
Yeah, it's sick. I love
They're
these
one
fish.
of the prettiest fish.
Hard fighters too, and they get big. Ready?
Ready.
at how pretty that fish is. Yellows and blues and greens.
These are actually one of my favorite fish to catch on the reef and on the wrecks. They are hard fighting and they taste good. These are one of the best eaten fish as far as sushi goes. But we've caught some really big yellow jacks, and we catch them when we're mostly mutton fishing. But today it's awesome because we're getting schools of 15 to 20 fish that are just crashing the ballyhoo that we have outside the boat.
Yeah. And I'm just pitching the bait right in the middle of them and seeing them blow up and pop the pilchard on top. It's amazing. Which is the absolute best way to catch fish, is the top water sight fishing.
Look.
You can get them to eat right here. They're like piranhas. Oh my gosh.
Wow, they are fired up.
Yeah, they are. In the air.
Yeah. This is the Speedo mackerel. In my opinion, and everybody's different, but this is the absolute best bait in the Florida Keys for big groupers, big mutton snappers. And the Wahoo guys love these baits.
So Brookie just caught a probably 19-inch keeper mutton. She's been slaying the muttons today. And we did try the troll. We did try drifting for grouper, but we came out even deeper, and now we're drifting for mutton snapper.
You got a big porgy.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this
Wow.
thing. Giant porgy. Wow. Holy smokes.
Oh, something
at this
tried
thing.
eating it.
I don't know if something tried to eat him or if he just got stuck in a
Yeah, he was on the bottom.
You think?
rock or
It
bottom.
looks like this.
I
Turn
don't
it on
know.
the other side. Let's see the other side. No?
Yeah, no, that actually is a healed over wound, it looks like. Oh yeah, mutton number 2. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Brooke and I both just got hit on this drop. Hoping it's a mutton. It's when you're fishing in 200 feet of water, you really want to pay attention to your rod tip and just to every single subtle movement, because you got to think you have so much line and there's just so many things that can go wrong. And you really want to feel what your bait and that fish is doing down there in order to get a good hook set. You know, you just have that much line between you and the fish. This is feeling dense. You know, when we go fishing with Ryan, you're the mutton slayer, not me.
Someone's gotta be.
I'm just thankful that the wind laid out enough to where we could come out here and do this. It was impossible this morning. We had 4 to 5 footers.
That's a mutton.
It looks like he's gonna be, what do you think?
19.
That's gonna be 19 right there.
It's gonna be, oh, it's blown up.
He's blown up, right?
He might be closer to 20. Here, measure him.
He's blown up. Oh yeah,
Where's he at?
he's at over 19. Hold on. You hear me say this spiel in every video, but bottom fish, long story short, they have an air bladder, swim bladder. They can't compensate for the pressure difference when you raise them from 200 feet to basically 0 feet, and the gas is expanding there, and then they just blow up like a balloon. So we're gonna keep this guy, but if you didn't keep him, you gotta vent him to release that gas so they can swim down properly. Ryan, you the man once again.
Nice job. Always got to finish. Always finishing strong.
So you guys have seen us fish with Ryan 3 times now, and we've caught muttons, groupers, wahoo. Ryan's a very humble guy, but he really knows his stuff. And recently he has been putting out courses to help you guys and to help anglers how to troll for wahoo, how to do exactly what we're doing, catching red grouper and muttons and stuff, right?
Yes.
So Ryan has a bunch of online videos set up, and you guys can find those at goodkarmafishingtackle.com. And he's also a really good source of knowledge when it comes to his podcast. Ryan does a weekly or monthly podcast?
Yeah, I do a weekly podcast, sometimes twice a week. I'm a very excited person on the podcast, so it's.
You should see him when a fish hits. He's excited.
So it's podcasting is a lot of fun. It was a good way for me to reach people and teach people through the podcast, and I tell some fishing stories, but I try to make every podcast educational with some sort of really good fishing tip.
Ryan really breaks it down into super in-depth videos on even just positioning your boat and what to look like on your sounder and depth finder and everything, and wind and direction, how all that comes into play. I gotta help my friend out because he does a lot for us, and you know, anything we can do to help him.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was was always a pleasure fishing with you guys. I really appreciate it.
Ooh, this one's getting bit.
Oh,
You
got it, dude.
Oh yeah.
He's yours.
Looks gonna get crushed.
You got it?
Oh no, he just pulled off right there.
The big thing is with muttons is that they have to turn the bait around and they have to eat it head first. So they got to have a little time to do that. And if they're finicky and they're not biting well, that's when you pull a lot of hooks.
Double good fish.
That's a really nice fish right there.
This ran good, and it's digging like a mutton, or it's dug like a mutton. Those bottom fish, they pull real hard on the bottom, and then once you get them up, it's kind of just like a stalemate. They kind of just dig. Oh, there's the weight.
I'll do it.
Our second biggest mutton of the day right here. I can't beat you, Brooke. I can't beat you. No way. If you guys watched the last Gar video, Brooke's dad said, we got to get James a mutton to cook up. How about this, James? We got you some muttons. It's our 5th drop, and I think we've caught a fish on every single time, and that is the product of a good captain right there. That's all Captain Ryan. He's got the numbers, he's got the spots, he knows exactly where to drop. He goes, all right, you guys are gonna hit him now, and bam. Quality good eats right there. Brian and I talked last night. He told us, you know, it's probably gonna be a little bumpy this morning, which it was, but we grinded it out, and this is a beautiful ocean around us right now. It laid down like 10 minutes ago. It's around 5 o'clock, and this is what it was supposed to be like the second half of the day, but we didn't get it. The weatherman did not get it right, did
No, he did not. Like the old saying goes, I'd rather finish strong than start strong. So you remember what happens in the last 2 hours of your trip.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had a great last 2 hours. We tore up the mutton snappers and we're leaving them biting.
Yeah,
So
we did.
it's all good.
5 keepers in the box. And once again, guys, I'll have all of Ryan's stuff linked below. Good Karma Sport Fishing. Guys, back from the Keys. And what better sight at a fillet table than a nice mutton snapper? This is actually my favorite size, those like 18 to 20 inch fish, because the fillets aren't too thick at this point, and they're just really easy to work with. So I'm just knocking the scales off because I've been talking to James, and he's gonna whip it up in the kitchen again for you guys. And he wants a crispy skin mutton. So you guys see us cook fish with the skin on a lot. And the first thing you do to do that is you knock all the scales off. So you just take a scale or a spoon, a knife, something that's not sharp, and just work from the tail end towards the head end. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. If you've never had fish with the skin on, you are seriously missing out. So I'm gonna be filleting this mutton up with a 6-inch Dexter curved flexible boning knife. I'll have it linked below, and you guys can actually save 20% off. Use code LANDSHARK. I'll have it on the screen as well as linked below. Right here behind the head, down like that. Gonna outline our fish real quick. Nice, beautiful, sharp fillet knife. Makes it look super easy. Get your knife on the spine, go up. I think muttons are probably my favorite fish to fillet. Break through the pin bones, over the rib cage, down the other side. Make sure we go over that rib cage, not through it. And bam, look at that. Nice, quick, and easy with nothing left on that mutton fillet. It's called a yellow jack. And as far as table fare, I mean, you can basically do anything you want with it. But one of my favorite things to do is either have it sashimi, ceviche, kind of that style, because it is a very firm, fleshed fish. It's very mild tasting, and it's just got a really good, like, buttery texture. One of my favorites, and they're very easy to catch. I'm telling you, like, super white, just firm, really good meat. So we're gonna make like a little carpaccio style sashimi. I'm gonna help James in the kitchen. I know he's the star of the show, but I got some ideas as well for this fish, so we'll catch you guys back in the kitchen. We got Chef James in the house. Now James is about to whip up a wonderful dinner. You guys do not want to skip out on this one. We're gonna do a little agua chili. We're gonna do some pan-seared mutton snapper and a bunch of other stuff. You know it's good when James is cooking. You guys have seen Brooke and I work with this company called ButcherBox in the past. What it is, it's a meat delivery service that gets delivered right to your door, just like this in this box. It all comes frozen with dry ice, and they offer 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, heritage-bred pork, and best of all, wild-caught seafood. So I realize that a lot of you guys don't live in Florida and don't get to enjoy seafood a lot of time like we do. And normally I'd never recommend freezing fish, but a lot of these northern fish like salmon and cod, which I'm beyond excited to try this. We got scallops in there, Maine lobster, a bunch of other stuff. You guys can either curate your own box monthly, or they have pre-made boxes. You can do different sizes depending on the size of your family, and it's all really good quality stuff. You guys never see us promote things on the channel we don't truly believe in, and you guys know we take our food seriously, so I would never talk about something I didn't believe in when it came to food. If you guys sign up for ButcherBox for your monthly service, they're actually offering free ground beef for life. So you get your box, your standard box, and they're gonna toss in 2 pounds of free ground beef for the life of your membership, which I think is awesome. Who doesn't like ground beef? You get to make hamburgers, all sorts of stuff. To get this sweet ground beef for life deal, you guys have to use the link in the description box of this video, and the deal is over September 27th, so don't miss out on it. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna let Chef James take over the kitchen, and I'm super excited for tonight's video because we're actually gonna be using scallops and Maine lobster from the ButcherBox incorporated in tonight's video.
All right, cool. So you guys already got a little tiny intro from Victor to start what we're doing today. We're gonna incorporate some of that ButcherBox stuff. That's just kind of an extra present for me, to be honest with you. If anyone tells me that I'm adding lobster and scallops to a dish, then I'm sorry, like I said, it's a present for me. So we're gonna do a little pan-seared crispy skin snapper tonight with a little bit, we're gonna take that beautiful Maine lobster, that's like the claws and stuff, we're gonna chop them up. We're gonna make like a nice breadcrumb on top. It's kind of different out of the box. And I got some nice Florida corn here. We're gonna do a little puree. And then to go back, to start out, we're gonna do something called agua chile. It's like very similar to ceviche. So agua chile, all that it really is exactly how it transfers in Spanish. It's chili water.
What's your Instagram handle, James?
It's Yames2, Y-A-M-E-S 2, and that's pretty much it. Give me a follow. This honestly just keeps like the brightness of your onions. You put a pretty generous amount of salt on it, and you take some cold water after you get the generous amount of salt on there. You're gonna drain all this right before you start plating anyway. Like I said, just keeps the onions nice and bright, and if you wanted to, you can add a splash of vinegar in there, but since I got the limes right next to me, might as well use what I'm gonna incorporate in the dish anyway. And just a little bit of fresh acid in there. It'll give the onion nice flavor. You won't get that like super raw onion flavor. This is a Fresno chili. We're gonna just add we're gonna use half of this for garnish and then like the other quarter or half piece for the agua chile. It's not too spicy. Jalapeno actually tends to be more spicy than the Fresnos. Take all the seeds out. You could keep the seeds in. It just adds spice to your dish. So obviously to make it true to what it's named, we got a little bit of chili going in there. I wanna make it kind of light in flavor with the spice. Like 3 whole garlic cloves. And then this is like a whole bunch of cilantro, limes, and cilantro and the stems also. A little bit of fresh lime juice. I got about 3 limes and a half right there. You're just adding the corn in the pan. The pan's ice cold, so this is just gonna be for the sweet corn puree. And you know me with my heavy cream and butter. I didn't do that in the last video, so I was kind of fiending for that. You're gonna use that whole thing of cream. And with the purees, with all purees, let it go on the stove, season at the end, because it's gonna reduce down, it's gonna thicken up.
So Brooke asked me if I've learned anything from cooking with James, and I have honestly learned a ton. Something like a puree, I never even thought about doing, but it's like a nice, elegant way to step up your game. Also, especially for plating, and it's just, for someone who doesn't really like vegetables, I love vegetables, but if you have someone who doesn't, you add some cream to it, instant vegetable lover right there.
That's like a kitchen secret right there. You add cream or butter or anything, and then I'm sure you're gonna be a vegetable believer for sure. And don't sleep on this guy. He can cook.
Chef James comes over. I've been invited to at least 3 dinners here while he's the chef. And what do we give him to work with? Iguanas. He's got to make them look good and taste good, and he kills it. Next time I come to dinner here, what is it? Pufferfish we give him to work with. Makes it look good, tastes good, kills it. Third time I'm to dinner here, what do we give him? Florida gar. Come on, give this guy a break. He made Florida gar look good and taste good. Now I gotta tell you, James, I don't know how you do under pressure, but mutton snapper, I'm really expecting something crazy tonight.
I'm bringing it for you tonight. This is for you. All right, so this is the nice, like the knuckle meat and the claw meat from the butcher box. And truthfully, I would use this stuff at home. So butcher box, you know, I'm here. And we're just doing a little quick poach on this lobster. We just got about a quarter stick of butter in there. Just let the lobster cook. Then we're gonna cool it down. We're actually gonna use the same butter that the lobster cooked in. And we're gonna toss the breadcrumbs for the topping for the mutton snapper. I just cooked some of those nice knuckles and took some of the butter and the lobster juice, and we're gonna toss a little bit right in the breadcrumbs, and we're gonna toast them off for that topping. If you look it up, because me explaining crudo is just all crudo is just a thinly sliced fish on the bias pretty much, and that's all you're gonna do with this. You're gonna take little nice slices like that on the bias, and then you'll see how I played it up. I'm gonna lay the agua chile down and the fresh vegetables right on top. And then you just finish with a little bit of olive oil right on top. And then...
How good does this look? Our yellow jack agua chile. Beautiful.
This is really good. I never would have thought. I've seen yellow jacks diving all the time. Real deal right here. Okay, don't pass them up.
You need to make
Oh.
this every day.
My God. That's it. That's all I got. It's so good.
It's really good.
It's unreal.
It's really fresh and like citrusy.
Yeah.
With the
Right?
with the onions and I guess the red chili pepper.
Like I'm kind of at a loss for words. Like,
It's
wow.
so
Who,
good.
who would think
Well, I had the
uncooked
first
fish
bite and I was
would
looking
taste
at
that
Frankie and I'm like,
It really like
Yeah.
melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Literally melts in your mouth.
I'm so happy you like it, because you generally don't like raw fish.
Yeah.
And this is raw fish.
good. Yeah, but look who made it. That's all. Who made it? Come on.
Oh my God.
You guys already know, this is one of my favorite fish to eat. Never had it prepared this way. Agua chile, kind of like a blend of ceviche, almost like a sashimi type dish. Lights out, James. Killed it, dude. Amazing.
The corn puree, we're gonna take the immersion blender. I would recommend doing this over the sink or something, so you don't make your wife or girlfriend mad, because it will have a tendency to splash a little bit. All right, so I had the cooked knuckles. I chopped them all up really fine, and toasted the breadcrumbs off with the butter that I actually cooked the lobster in. There's a little fresh parsley in there. You're just gonna fold this is something you do with your hands as well. Just fold the lobster in. A little secret finish to this. This is a little truffle oil. Nothing crazy. You don't want to go nuts with the truffle oil because it's very pungent flavor, which I'll just explain to Brooke. So we're gonna be real simple with this snapper, since it's getting like that nice rich lobster breadcrumb on top with the truffle and everything else. So you just straight salt and pepper on this. And you're not gonna go nuts with the salt and pepper either. I season the breadcrumbs. Everything else is gonna be seasoned really well, so. You got that smoke going. And just like that, like what I was saying, you don't have to hold your hand like a chef, like getting your hand popped with oil. I'm kind of used to it. You take your spatula and just lay it right down in there. So we're gonna put the lobster breadcrumbs right on there. I seared the fish only on the skin side, and so you left the flesh side down right in the pan. This is just helpful for you if you're doing a decent amount of people. And you're gonna put just a nice little scoop of breadcrumbs right on top. And then by the time those breadcrumbs are pretty much toasted and cooked the way you want them to be, the fish will be done. Just go down with the corn puree. This is a sweet corn puree. Swiss chard and green Swiss chard. There's really no difference in flavor with these. It's just super. It'll go really nice with the sweet corn puree because it almost has like a bitter flavor to it. And obviously the sweet corn is super sweet. Now with the fish. Wow. These pea shoots are my go-to. These are truthfully my favorite.
Killed it once again.
Another meal for you guys.
Wow. We gotta give the toast to James.
There we go.
You killed it.
Cheers. Killed it again.
Nice
As
job.
always.
I'm really happy for James that he got to cook us something really quality. The mutton snapper had so much going on with all that crispy lobster stuff on top, and it was delicious. Good job, James.
It's got the lobster and the breadcrumbs, the corn puree. It was so good.
I mean, the plate speaks for itself. I may as well have licked it clean.
You did lick it, I saw it.
Not on camera, guys. Really good though.
Chef happy?
So I'm happy with this one, definitely, and I almost feel like blessed that I actually got to cook mutton snapper for Brian. The lobster and the scallops were just like I said, just an extra treat for me at the end of the day. So I thought the dish was great. I had no complaints at all. And Butcher Box, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
I mean, I love his food, so it came out really good. I have nothing bad to say about his food.
And you get to enjoy it all
the time. I love it.
Absolutely amazing. I say every single time James makes it better and better, and this was just amazing. So good. Couldn't have been better.
I'm not sure what you called it, the way you sliced the fish raw, which we hardly ever eat sushi. There's a little bit of tuna that they make, but that was really good.
The yellow jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you call it, but the way it turned out, we just,
The yellow jack was totally amazing.
it was really fun and different. I eat my skin too. I don't normally eat skin. Everything was great.
Lights out.
Killed it once again, dude. Thank you so much. You guys don't need to hear me say for the 10th time now how amazing it was. I mean, this plate speak for themselves. James's just vision for food is incredible. Seriously, a role model of mine. If you guys haven't already, check out the Butcher Box linked below if you guys are interested in that. And don't forget, if you want the free ground beef for life, you gotta use my link linked in the description box below. September 27th, that promo is out. And cook yourself a nice family meal like this. Till the next one. See you.